Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with another Pokemon Sword and Shield moveset video guide on how to use Rillaboom. Rillaboom is the final of the starters that we have to go over. We did Inteleon yesterday and Cinderace a little while back. If you guys want to check it out, there is a moveset video playlist down below. So Rillaboom, unfortunately it only has Overgrow right now, but when its hidden ability is released, it will be a lot better. And in fact, I'm just going to be showing you guys Grassy Surge on all these, but you can use Overgrow on it until time comes. I believe these sets will still be just as good. In fact, they'll actually all be better once Grassy Surge is released. So if you guys didn't know, Rillaboom is pure grass type, and it does have this hidden ability called Grassy Surge, which summons grassy terrain, and it gives it a 50% boost in all of its grass type attacks. Basically, because it's a grounded Pokemon, it gets a 50% boost in those attacks. Rillaboom is actually really cool because of its ability to not only hit hard with its moves like Wood Hammer and its signature move Drum Beating, which also lowers your opponent's speed, so that's really nice as well, but has momentum moves in U-turn, has support options in knockoff, and has a way to hit steel types in either Sewer Power, Earthquake, or High Horsepower. Just giving you guys this little thing before we talk about the sets, just so you guys know. Great HP, great attack, decent defense, okay special defense, and good speed, or average speed, I would say. Makes Rillaboom a pretty cool teammate, honestly, whether it be in OU or UU before Grassy Surge is released. Now, the first set we're going to be talking about is the Choice Band set, and this attempts to use that base 125 attack stat and also abusing its fantastic move pool. So we have Wood Hammer, that is our strongest move. We're going to be doing some damage with this Pokemon. Knockoff is great for getting rid of items and hitting Pokemon like Age Slash. Sewer Power is the third move, and that's mainly there for Ferrothorn, as well as steel types in general, and then U-turn does give you momentum. However, if you wanted to use Drum Beating instead of Sewer Power, that is an option, especially when Grassy Surge is released. I kind of like to think of that thing as Choice Band Breloom back in the day, which used to run Technician Low Sweep, if I'm not mistaken, or used to just run Low Sweep in general. But basically, it gives you a nice little stab move that will lower the speed of your opponent's counter, either allowing you to outspeed them in the following turn, or you just switch out, if anything. But again, once this thing gets Grassy Surge, this set is going to be crazy, giving you nice momentum. And the cool thing about this Pokemon is, just to talk about some teammates, I think Rillaboom plus Hawlucha is something we might also see a couple times. Hawlucha running the Grass Seed and Rillaboom summoning the grassy terrain and being able to U-turn it out of there when steel types come in on it, and then you U-turn out into Hawlucha, you get your Burden boost, you can Swords Dance in close combat and deal with those steel types. So I think that's going to be a pretty prominent combination when the time actually comes. Now, the Choice Scarf set uses the exact same moves. However, I think that Sewer Power is kind of necessary on the Choice Scarf set because you don't want to be outspeeding a steel type and not being able to hit them. Whereas in the Choice Band cases, or in Choice Band's case, it does more damage because of the Choice Band anyway. So Wood Hammer, Knockoff, Sewer Power, and U-turn. I suppose before Grassy Surge is released, you could use Earthquake over Sewer Power as a way to hit Age Slash and Toxapex, but between Wood Hammer and Knockoff, you're hitting them anyway. Not for super effective damage on Toxapex, obviously, but you're still doing enough. Cool thing about this Pokemon is it does outspeed Pokemon like Gyarados, and you get that thing with a Wood Hammer. You can deal with offensive non-Choice Scarf Rotom, and being fast in Pokemon like Bisharp as well, and having the natural HP and defense to be able to tank hits from them too, from +2 Sucker Punch, for instance. Really cool in Rillaboom's case. Now, the next set we're going to be talking about is a Swords Dance set, and this takes advantage again of the fact that it has a really nice move pool. And in this set, we're going to be running, again, either Overgrow or Grassy Surge. I keep hinting towards it. I'm not even hinting. I'm saying run Grassy Surge once that comes out. When Pokemon Home comes out, hopefully they'll be releasing the hidden abilities on the starter Pokemon. Run Grassy Surge on this Pokemon. But we have Swords Dance, Knockoff, Drain Punch, and Drum Beating. I think Drum Beating is better on the Swords Dance set, just because you don't want to take recoil from Wood Hammer, obviously, and it's just a great move, man, lowering the speed of your opponent. Jolly Nature, for the most part, is what you're going to be running on Rillaboom, and you could change up Drain Punch to High Horsepower. And the reason we have High Horsepower over Earthquake is because when Grassy Surge is up, it weakens Earthquake's power. So High Horsepower doesn't have that weakening. That gives you a way of hitting Steel types on top of Fire types. But Drain Punch isn't bad either, giving you recovery as well as hitting steel types either way. Leftovers is the preferred option, but I think Life Orb can also be ran as well. And again, just using this as an offensive Swords Dancing mon. The one that I've been having more success with has been Choice Band and Choice Scarf, but as I've said probably 100 times already, when Grassy Surge comes out, this Pokemon is going to have so many things that it can do, and its viability is just going to shoot up so much. Honestly, I compare it to Tapu Bulu. I really do. They have their differences. Tapu Bulu basically would have Horn Leech for recovery. This one can lower your speed with Drum Beating. This one has U-Turn and Knock Off and good moves, whereas Bulu was missing Play Rough and a few of those options as well. It doesn't have U-Turn either, but Rillaboom just gets so much better with that. And I like that a lot. And just being able to get momentum is so cool in a grass type, I think. The next set we have is a substitute Leech Seed set. And again, this is taking advantage of the fact that it gets the 101 sub. So moves like Nightshade and Silent Toss, when you have max HP, do not break your substitute in one hit. It takes 2. So that's pretty cool for Corsola, for instance, trying to Will-O-Wisp you and going for Nightshade after. So you can substitute on that. You can go for Leech Seed, get that recovery. You also block Strength Sap by going for substitute. So that's another cool thing. So this could be a nice little stop to that. Obviously, don't go immediately into this Pokemon on that Pokemon, because if they throw up a Will-O-Wisp, you'll be gone. But the idea is, because you're such an incredibly fast Pokemon, and you have that high HP stat, basically just using that to your advantage, having a fast Sub-Seed Pokemon, and also Pokemon that want to try and revenge kill you, right? They might not be able to do it because you're hitting them with a Drum Beating, which is lowering their speed. So Rillaboom might be able to outspeed Pokemon that are not already, Choice Scarf and naturally faster after going for Drum Beating. And again, when this thing gets Grassy Terrain up, it's going to be really annoying. You're going to be covering so much between Substitute and Protect as well. I think this is just a really, really, really annoying set. Now, obviously, it can't touch Grass types, so you're going to want teammates that can do that. Cinderace pairs actually pretty well with Rillaboom, I believe. I think also Pokemon like Hydreigon that can deal with just naturally resisting grass types, but also being able to deal with them is solid enough as well. And yeah, just using it as an annoying thing. I believe there's also going to be some variants of this that can run like a max physical defense type of thing, Sub-Seed set. I feel like not Dragapult, but Appleton might be able to do that a little bit better. But then again, this Pokemon just has bulk all around, so it's definitely possible. I think that's going to really depend on the metagame itself. The next set we have is a sub bulk up set, and again, taking advantage of the fact that you have that 101 HP substitute. So again, Nightshade, and basically because it has base 100 HP, Nightshade and Silent Toss do not break the sub in one hit. And you can use a bulk up to actually boost your attack and your defense while you are behind a sub. Drum Beating, and this works really well with Drum Beating, but you can use Drum Beating to lower the speed, and it's gonna be harder and harder for Pokemon to break your sub, especially if they're a physical attacker, when they're slower than you and you can bulk up and sub in front of them. You can still use Leech Seed on this set if you want to, but I think Drain Punch is a little bit better. Again, like I have them slashed next to each other, but I feel like Drain Punch is just ooh. There's a truck outside. I have my window open. I apologize if you guys hear that. But I feel like Drain Punch is just a little bit better because then you can just set up easier in front of Steel types. Not to say that you can't, naturally. Like, I mean, Ferrothorn is not going to be able to break your sub after you bulk up a couple times, period. So you can beat it 1v1 with Drum Beating. But obviously, Drain Punch allowing you to actually damage Steel types and also get recovery from Drain Punch itself. And the damage you're dealt, or you're doing to them, excuse me, is really cool. So again, we're gonna use Jolly max speed. I think it's kind of necessary. I like Substitute as well on this too, and Drain Punch because you can deal with, like I said, Bisharp before, which you're actually going to be boosting by going for Drum Beating due to its Defiance. So Substitute to avoid the Sucker Punch at maybe +2, +4, +6, it doesn't matter, and then Drain Punch to knock him out, get your recovery, and go from there. And the last set we have is kind of a callback to Tapu Bulu. Again, I mentioned that Pokemon. It doesn't exist right now in this game, but it did in the last game. And it's a Protect, Leech Seed, Drum Beating, Bulk Up set. Tapu Bulu would do this with Protect, Leech Seed, and Drum Beating in either Bulk Up or... Well, it'd do it with Horn Leech. But it'd either be Bulk Up or Swords Dance. Swords Dance is also an option on this. And it's basically using the Grassy Terrain, using the Leftovers, using the Protect, and the Leech Seed potentially to just get so much recovery and go from there. Again, you don't have to use Bulk Up, but I like bulk up over Swords Dance because we're max HP, max special defense, so we can tank special hits better. But you could potentially use Swords Dance over bulk up if you want more offensive power. This is just a special defensive one that can deal with the likes of special attackers like Dragapult, for instance. Doesn't really care to, even though it doesn't hit it with super effective damage. Between Leech Seed, Protect, Drum Beating, lowering its speed, Rillaboom can actually beat that 1v1. I kind of felt like I made Rillaboom sound impossible to break through. I don't think that's actually the case at all. Before it gets its terrain, like, I mean, a lot of the Leech Seed sets, if they're not boosting, if they're not going for, let's say, like a bulk up or Swords Dance, a Magikarp or Fable can deal with it. You still have to worry about Gyarados hitting you with a Dynamax Air Scream. Obviously, Magic Bounce Hatterene can take Leech Season, doesn't care about that. Rotom Heat is probably one of the better answers. It is both faster and threatens you with the Overheat. But yeah, just a few. Cinderace is also pretty good, though. I think that if you get a Leech Seed off on Cinderace when it comes in and you're behind a sub already and you have Protect, you basically beat Cinderace 1v1. Because they're not, even if they break your sub with U-turn, you just sub again and 1v1 them. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Feel free to check out the Showdown Live that is going up later today on Rillaboom, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.